Okay, so back 2003, I went to a business seminar at a local entrepreneurial center. It's called Aileron. If you want to look it up, it's a pretty cool place, aileron.com or org, whatever it is. It's an entrepreneurial center that Clay Mathiel, sole owner of Imes Pet Food, sold it several years ago. Unfortunately, Clay has passed away. But Clay was the sole owner of Imes Pet Food and sold it for somewhere around $2.4 billion to Procter & Gamble. And Clay had a heart for entrepreneurs, especially in the Dayton area. That's where he was from. And he built a $15 to $20 million facility on about 100 acres for entrepreneurs, how to help them become better leaders and grow their business and all that kind of stuff. I was a student of Aileron for many years with the founding team there, some of the best of the best, and I learned a lot. But here's what happened. I was in a seminar, and they said there was no heating and air conditioning companies in the seminar, which was nice. And they said, what would you do different for your customers? And it came around to me, and there were probably, 50 to 70 people in this room. And they came around to me, and I reversed the question, and I said, what would you folks like to see from your heating and air conditioning company? And it was unanimous. We'd like to have after-hour service. We don't want to wait around from 8 to 12 or 12 to 4 or whatever it is. We just like to have after 5 service, and they even said we're willing to pay for it, but that's what we would like. We don't want to screw up our day waiting to get a air conditioner or a furnace checked or worked on. So I came back to the office within days, implemented 8 to 8, same great rate, kicked it off, kicked butt. And I mean kicked butt. At the time, we were doing a certain revenue number. We surpassed the entire next number, and for us, that was huge. We had been in business about 13, 14 years, and we surpassed, we grew leaps and bounds for many years, and nobody competed with us. But here's the deal. I made a decision. To implement something brand new, and we had to figure out how to do it fast. I hired someone that used to work for me. She came in and worked from like 4 to 8 every night at the time, and we talked to our service techs, and I gave them many positive reasons why they would want to come in. It was like at the time, I think we did it weekly. Today we do it alternate daily, but at the time I gave them many positive reasons why they'd want to come in and work like second shift from 12 to 9. I said things like you can go get your hair cut in the mornings. You can go to the dentist in the mornings. You can go to the doctor in the mornings. You can mow your yard in the mornings. You can take your kids out for breakfast. You can take your spouse out for breakfast, whatever it is. And we get many, many reasons. Did we have any bumps in the road? Absolutely. Kick off something new like that's huge. Huge bumps sometimes. But guess what? It worked because Greg, the leader, made a decision. I was decisive. I drove this thing home, and I was bound and determined to make it work, and it worked. It worked, let's say, hugely. Okay? Hugely. If that's even a word. And it paid off well. Hey, this is Greg McAfee, and welcome to the Greg McAfee Show. Now let's get started. Welcome back to the Greg McAfee Show, where we discuss steps to successful entrepreneurship, how to take your business to new heights, and ultimately follow your dreams. Today, I'm going to title this Decision Drivers, Pathways to Peak Performance. You want peak performance in your business? Then be a decision driver. Make a decision. We're going to talk about that. I got 7 points today on how decisiveness can lead to greater success in business and in your life. So let's get started. Number 1, quick decision-making enhances efficiencies. Quick decision-making enhances efficiency. Okay, being decisive allows us to make choices quickly, eliminating hesitation, and it gives us a competitive advantage. We're going to talk about many things here, but sense of urgency is in our vocabulary here at McAfee. We have a sense of urgency like no other. We get to people fast. We make decisions fast. We install faster. We run service calls fast without cutting corners or missing a beat. It's a sense of urgency. We have it. It's inbred in us from day one. I'm the breeder. I didn't like people to wait. I don't like to wait, so I didn't like to make people wait. So we figured out how to do things quickly and still do them right. So we have a sense of urgency. Remember today, it used to be that the big eat the small. Today, it's the fast eat the slow. You've got to be fast. Things are faster than they've ever been. Microwaves are faster than they've ever been. Computers are faster than they've ever been. Phones are faster than they've ever been. Why do you think you can continue to be slow and stay in business? Why do you think you can be slow and stay competitive? You can't. You'll either go out of business or you'll be average. Okay? And let me tell you something. Quick decisions making enhances efficiency has a lot to do with don't overanalyze. Grant Cardone, billionaire. One of the things he says all the time is, I don't overanalyze. I don't have time to overanalyze. I make a decision. When you start overanalyzing, you get the analysis paralysis. And it increases anxiety. It slows you down. It slows you down from making future decisions. Here's my philosophy here at McAfee. I tell it from a delivery driver all the way up to my VP of operations. Make a decision, right or wrong, but make a decision. Don't overanalyze it. Make a decision, right or wrong. Go with your gut. If it's wrong, we'll figure it out. Most of the time, it's right. Go for it. If you're overanalyzing things, it's not going to go well, okay? It's not going to go well. Number 2, clarity in vision. Clarity in vision. Decisiveness helps clarify your goals and vision. When you're decisive, you can see things. You can see a little bit farther ahead. When you've got the analysis paralysis going on, your vision's blurred. It's causing delays. It's causing questions. I don't have time for questions. All right, let me stop there, because some of you are going to say, oh, so you just make random decisions? No, I think them through. And then I make the decision. I don't overanalyze it. So decisiveness helps clarify your goals and your vision. And then stick with your decision. Go for it. You're an entrepreneur. Most of you are listening here. You're an entrepreneur. You're a business owner. You're a leader. Go for it. Stick to it. Go. You know what that does for you? It enhances your creativity and makes those next decisions even easier. We all have tough decisions to make. We're not going to sit around and compare how tough our decisions are. They're all tough. The first time you make that decision, it's extremely tough. The second time you make it, it's easier. Okay? And number 3, it increases confidence. That's what I try to do for people all the time. Make them think differently, help them to be more confident. Making decisions confidently boosts our self-esteem and our leadership presence. We want to have a strong presence. You're the leader. I'm the leader. A strong presence is expected. Don't be weak. And note, overanalyzing causes us to overthink and question our abilities, which causes confidence to diminish. Boy, I mean, there is so much. I could do a whole class on overanalyzing. By increasing confidence, the higher the goals, and the more ambition and aspirations we have. So the more ambitions our aspirations are, okay, it gives us a boost, man. It fills up our tank. It energizes us. Increasing our confidence is huge. It's huge. It's what I teach. It's what I preach. You've got to have confidence. Confidence should just be oozing out of your mouth without being cocky. There's a difference. All right? Number 4, it reduces stress and anxiety, and everybody needs that. Indecisions can lead to stress and anxiety. Overanalyzing leads to stress and anxiety, which hampers what? Productivity. It affects not only you, it affects your team, affects your company. Decisiveness, on the other hand, eliminates procrastination and stress. Procrastination is a whole nother class too. It'll take you down. Procrastinating to me, is overanalyzing. You're overanalyzing, and that's why you're procrastinating. Number 5, it improves problem-solving skills. Boy, being decisive sharpens our problem-solving skills, and it makes it easier to overcome challenges. And then taking the initiative and making the decisions breeds making more decisions later. It makes making decisions easier. Not easy, easier. Okay, there's a difference. Make a decision right or wrong. Just do it. That's my philosophy. Make a decision right or wrong. Just do it. What's the worst thing that can possibly happen, by the way? What's the worst thing that can happen if you make a decision wrong? Fix it, redo it, make another decision, and go for it. Okay, that's all. It might cost you a little money. Who cares? Make a decision right or wrong. Delaying the situation, procrastinating, and overanalyzing will cost you a lot more money. Okay? It also, number 6, it encourages risk-taking and innovation. So decisiveness often involves some level of risk. I mean, you've got to take a risk. When I say make a decision right or wrong, you're taking a risk. But you're an entrepreneur, right? You're a leader, right? It's part of the job. It's the job description. Number 1, be a risk taker. That's part of your job. Overanalyzing is not taking a risk. Overanalyzing is procrastinating and thinking too much. Let's back up again. Yes, you have to think through decisions. I'm not saying randomly throw a dart and do that. I think through things a lot. Henry Ford used to say that people thought he made decisions too quickly. But he would say what they didn't know is I've been thinking about it for days, weeks, months, thinking. Not overanalyzing, thinking. And then when it came time to make the decision, bam, he was on it. And most of the time turned out pretty well for Henry. By doing so, you're more likely But by encouraging risk-taking and innovation, you're more likely to lead to innovation and significant advancements in your business and your personal life. See, this carries over to both personal life, business life. Make a decision. And men, I'm going to talk to you right now. Men, most women will say, I wish my husband would make a decision. I wish my man would make a decision. Most women say, I wouldn't have to make as many decisions if my man, my husband, my spouse, my significant other would make a decision. Make a decision, right or wrong. Be bold. Make a decision. And lastly, when you're a decision driver and your pathway is peak performance, which is what we're talking about today, it builds trust and reliability. Others view decisive individuals as reliable and trustworthy. So you're looked up to as a trustworthy individual. You want that, right? Absolutely. When you consistently make and stick to your decisions, people trust your judgment and your dependability. You're more dependable. You can be dependent upon. Your followers will follow you through thick and thin, man. Through hell or high water, they will follow you. They trust you. Even if you make a bad decision, they still trust you through this because you've built trust. Is every decision I make right? Absolutely not. I say often to get to the rights, I've got to be wrong a lot. And I'm okay with being wrong. See, we could start all over again and say, drop the ego. Drop your ego and make a decision. Some people are so worried about being wrong that they can't make a decision because they might be wrong. Drop the ego. Get rid of that ego. You can't be a good leader carrying a big ego. It doesn't work. Egos suck. Get rid of the ego. Drop it. Humble yourself a little bit. And if you tell me you're humble, you're probably not humble. So consistently make and stick to your decisions, right or wrong. The Bible says in James 1:8, an indecisive man is unstable in all his ways. Think about that. If you're indecisive, you're very unstable in all your ways. Be decisive. Make a decision. Don't overanalyze. Don't get paralyzed. Okay? Think about that. It's good stuff. So, decision drivers, pathway to peak performance. 7 points here. Number 1, quick decision making enhances efficiency. Number 2, clarity in vision. Number 3, it increases confidence. Number 4, it reduces stress and anxiety. Number 5, it improves problem-solving skills. Number 6, it encourages risk-taking and innovation. And number 7, it builds trust and reliability. We need all those all the time. As leaders, we need all those all the time. Think about these things. Powerful. Okay? Before we wrap up, if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe below. You can support this podcast by rating and reviewing on iTunes or your preferred listening platform. Keep listening. I'll do my best to keep challenging you. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at The Greg McAfee Show. No spaces, no underscores. Thanks for listening. As always, carry on. God bless. Make this day the best day of your life because we're not promised tomorrow. I'll see you later.